Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside. There behind the glass stands a real blade of grass. Be careful as you pass. Move along, move along. Come inside, the show's about to start. Guaranteed to blow your head apart.
Hello and welcome back to Real Do It Yourself Build. Today this is part 6. We're going to be looking at our cavity closers and then our windows and doors. We've got a 150mm cavity with our insulation in it, and when we put the doors on and the window, we'll be plasterboarding across this, but we can't do that while the gap's there, so we're going to use cavity closers, and these come in 2.2 metre lengths, and I've trimmed this one down because I'm just closing the cavity around where the window is going to go. And all they do is, there's insulation here which is 150mm across, and you can trim it down along these lines if you've got a smaller cavity. So all you do is you put it in place with adhesive and then put some clout nails down where the blocks are, and I'll show you how we do that now. So this bit here is cut ready to go into there and finish off closing this part of the cavity. So I'll just put some adhesive on it and then I'll tap it into place and nail it in. Now I'm using construction adhesive, which is pretty good stuff. Oops, just put a bead along there. And then put a bead along this side. Put the cavity closer in place. Put it in place, and then finally we'll put a few clout nails into the block to firmly hold it in place. And that's it, the cavity is closed. Okay, so we've fitted the sill, and the way we've done this one is we've got a sill that's slightly bigger than the opening, so we've cut horns because it looks a little bit better when it comes round, I think. But it's a preference. You can have it just straight where the sill is only as wide as the door itself. And next we're going to fit the door. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the door and we're going to put it into the opening, just offer it up and make sure that it is going to fit and everything's going to be okay, and that we've got our clearance that we need all the way round. So off we go. Like it's going to be perfect. So okay, so first thing we're going to do is put a bead of silicone along this back lip here, or this back edge, and that's what the door will go up against, and that will prevent any moisture ever getting in there at any time in the future.
Okay, and there we go.
Started doing it, I thought, oh, that's not. It weren't until afterwards. Right, it's up right. Let me get, yeah. Let me get it on here. Green,
You will have noticed that there's a small gap all the way round the outside of the door between the door frame and the brickwork, and this is because it's recommended that you leave a 5mm gap all the way round as an expansion gap. And then what we do is, you'll see that there are little spacers that we're putting in, and we've got 3 types of those. We've got green ones, blue ones and white ones, and they're all different thicknesses. And what you do with those spacers is you combine them, however many of each colour you need, and you push them into the space between the frame and the brickwork, and you make sure that they're a nice tight fit. And then when you put the screw in, you put the screw in just above those spacers or just below those spacers, and it prevents the frame being pulled towards the brickwork, and it gets held firmly in place with the screws against the spacers. And then you go around the entire framework with either a sealant or a foam insulator.
Can I either hold it or we can try and... I think we need to do that because it's in the area. Put something tiny in there, some spaces. Oh yeah. Believe me, yeah. Right. Let's try that. Let's have a look.
Just make sure things work properly.
Cheers on a big sponge thing on the... You filming this? Start again then. Underneath it. Oh, it's already so 6 inches to go. So we're using these concrete screws, and once we drill the hole, these are 7.5mm, we're drilling a 6.5mm hole into the brick, and these drive straight in and cut their own thread in the brick. Really good. Just.
You can see that these spacers are sticking out where we put them in, and what we do with these is once the whole door is completely fixed in, we get a wood chisel, and you just tap the wood chisel with a little hammer and cut the ends of those spacers off, the bits that are sticking out, and then when we put our finishing trim, just stick a thin finishing trim around the edge of the door. It hides all those, and of course we silicone them in and or use foam insulation as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Once the door's in, we get to the scary bit, which is fitting the glass.
So we're ready to put the glass in, and what we're going to do is we're going to toe and heel the glass, and what that means is that at the hinge side on the bottom we're going to put a packer, and at the handle side on the top we're going to put a packer, and what that'll do is it stops the door from dropping. So the packer's in. And they just snap nicely into place. It's just starting to rain. We're getting the glass in just in time. Okay, so we're ready to drop the glass in. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so the first bead that we put in, we're going to put in at the top, and what we're going to use to put that in with is a nylon mallet. That's the bottom one. There's the top one. Make sure they all go back in the right place. That's a nice tight fit. Just go off, please. There we go. It's just a bit stuck with that mallet. Okay, that's the top one in. So next we'll put the, that'll stay where it is now if you just put that bead in. We'll put the bottom one in and we'll tack that in just the same, and then we'll put the sides in. Okay, in place. Yeah. Okay. You can just feel that snap into place. you want to?
Yeah.
That's good. And then the last one goes in. This is actually the left-handed one. It's the one that you should have done. I should have done that one. Do you want to have a go with that?
Yeah.
And you can stick in this side. That's it. Okay, and that's how to put the glass in.
So the next thing we did was we repeated that process for the door at the front of the extension and the window, and this involved using a coupler to join the window to the door. Well, that's it for this video. Next time we're going to show you how we put the wiring in for our lighting and our sockets. We're going to use downlighters built into the ceiling, small spotlights, so that'll be quite interesting. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you all next time. Bye for now.